Hello, 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 family. Hello, hello, hello. So for today, we're going to do a POV healing session with this beautiful crystal that I got. It's called Specular Hematite, and it's also called Specularite Hematite. And if you are familiar with hematite, it has this kind of like reflective quality to it. It's a little sheeny, but it's a very grounding crystal. And this crystal has these little specks in it that kind of makes it sparkly, similar to a gold stone. And what it really is it's pieces of mica, it's pieces of quartz that's mixed in with the hematite naturally, and it's a master healing stone for the body. So it's good for broken bones, it's good for the blood, it's good for the regulatory system. And let's look at it. That's where I took the label off. But here, look at that. And I noticed that these pieces are very shiny on one side, and then the back is kind of dull, so it's sending me the vibe that it's tumbled on one side. And they usually come in these sheets, you know. You can also find labradorite in these kind of sheets too, where if you're just looking for regular hematite, it may come in kind of like a tumbled stone or something like this. But typically you'll see the specular hematite. You know, I was getting this wrong because I kept on calling it spectacular hematite because I thought it was so cool looking. But this is specular hematite. Now, when I first saw this in the crystal shop, I had never seen this before. And hematite in general is a very interesting stone because not everybody is able to deal with hematite. I've actually met quite a few people who have an adverse reaction to hematite, so definitely be very careful of if this is the correct stone for you. Now let me explain to you why, or at least my theory of why some people have this weird reaction to hematite in general. They have this strange reaction to hematite because hematite releases confusion. And so in a sense, it can release delusion. And so if you're not being honest with yourself, or you might learn something about yourself or your truth that is very heavy on your spirit, this stone can feel very heavy on you. So when I say they have an adverse reaction, I mean that they put this stone on with jewelry or they hold it and they feel very heavy and very sad. Or actually, let me step back. Let me not say sad and say just very heavy. Now, if you're a person who has experienced depression or you have that issue, you might feel as though it reminds you of the sensation. Now, I am a proponent for people to use healthcare professional, mental health professionals. So if ever you are at a point in which you're going through your life experience and you feel as though you have depression and you need to seek advice, please feel free to go ahead and do that. My take on things like depression and anxiety, but specifically depression, is that things come up so that they can come out. And so when they come up, it might feel like things are horrible, but really it's coming up out of the body and you have to make a choice of what you do with it. So if you are not in a supported environment of what you need, sometimes those decisions can be rough decisions. If you are in a supported environment, even if it's just you are supporting yourself in this environment, you can make the decisions that really transform your life and turn your trauma into triumph. And so this is a kind of stone in which if you use it correctly, it can help you aid through your process. But definitely be mindful, if it's too heavy, you know, you can use it for a limited amount of time, or you can use it at another time in your life. So if you're ready to release the old ways of doing things, if you're really ready to step into this new life that you have, I would say to go ahead and pick up one of these stones, energetically, I'm going to put it in my hand. I'm going to see what I get from it. Energetically, I don't really have a very strong reaction to hematite. To me, it feels like any other stone. I'm going to take 3 deep breaths. I'm going to take 2 more. And my final breath. Okay, so for me, what I'm getting from this stone is just grounding. I prefer a tourmaline, a black tourmaline, or an obsidian for really grounding for me energetically. But this stone just kind of gives me a light kind of energy. I don't feel as though I'm the type of person that gets very confused. Sometimes I feel like I'm very matter of fact, or I'm very like, I like to face all my challenges head on. Sometimes I need to take a little break with that. I think going down the spiritual path in general, you just are like, come on, you know, let's deal with everything, you know, even the little problems. You're like, I'm sure there's some spiritual meaning to this, and it might be no meaning at all. But I think I'm very upfront with me pursuing things that cause me confusion. I'm very honest with myself about those things, even if, you know, there's still definitely room for improvement and room to kind of get to a higher vibrational force with myself. So I think that's why this stone kind of feels just like a regular stone to me, but it can be very transformative if you feel like it's something that you need in your healing journey. So we're going to do some individual healing. And so I just want you to imagine that these hands are your hands, and you're feeling how it feels to hold this stone. And you can slowly lower your gaze or close your eyes. Do you notice the reflection in the stone? Do you notice how it shakes? How it shimmers? What it looks like? Just watch the stone as if it was communicating something to you. Something of light, something of love. And imagine a master healing on your body. Your circulatory system, your bone, skeletal systems, your neurons, any kind of chemical reaction that happens in your body, the energetic systems. Just allow this stone to heal. And imagine, though, the force of the stone, that you feel it climbing up your hands and being at peace with yourself. Now, as you continue to gaze at the stone, allowing your gaze to loosen, I want you to think of something that you're ready to release. Give to the transformational flame of Saint Germain to move on to its next evolutionary path. Whatever that is, let the stone wash it completely away. Let it release. Give yourself permission to release, to let go. To feel rooted down in your root chakra to the center of the earth, where you're able to ground yourself, to stand in your strength and in your faith, to let it wash over, release you, to move forward in your healing path. So we're going to do all of this in the name of I am. And I am is a powerful statement. It defines how you think of yourself and what energy you are sending out to the universe. As you connect with the energy around you, to God, to the universe, whatever you feel comfortable calling it, use this stone to heal and to wash yourself free of any past stagnation, confusion, or doubt. Let's take 3 deep breaths together to close it. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Final breath. Inhale. Exhale. So great job. So until next time, everyone, this is Specular Hematite. You can also find it as Specularite, or as I've made up, Spectacular Hematite. But you're not going to find it as Spectacular Hematite. But if you are ready for your healing journey to jump on in, I really recommend trying this stone out. And it's very beautiful in general, even if you just want to wear it kind of like a necklace as a way to protect you and to shield you. So until next time, with so much love.